Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Mikey J, and I'm back again with another video. And today I'll be explaining why Pusha T was the best rapper of 2018. Yep, I'll be examining this whole video of why Pusha T was the best rapper of 2018. So without further ado, let's get started.
I speak to the trap lords and niggas with their hands in the white like blackboards. I done been blackballed.
Now, King Push is definitely one of my all-time favorites. He's definitely in my top 10 for sure, and I feel like he really reached the pinnacle of his career in 2018. Now, if it wasn't for him, J. Cole, Travis Scott, or even Joyner Lucas would have had this title, since all three of them had a really great year. J. Cole with the release of his 5th album, KOD, which is definitely his most creative work to date. Travis Scott with the release of his 3rd album, Astroworld, which was a huge commercial success, especially when it came to sales and merchandise. And Joyner Lucas, who was featured on many great collaborations with the likes of Chris Brown and Eminem. But I think that 2019 should be a much better year for the MC, especially with his upcoming projects, ADHD and Angels and Demons. But anyways, back to King Push. I really feel like 2018 was a huge breakout year for the veteran MC, from dropping a great album to marrying his longtime girlfriend and even defeating hip-hop's biggest superstar Drake, which is why I'll be breaking it all into 3 chapters of why 2018 was the year of Pusha T. So without further ado, let's get started.
If you know, you know.
Ever since going solo, I don't think that Pusha's ever released a bad album. I mean, seriously, from his debut LP My Name's My Name to Darkest Before Dawn, even his mixtapes Fear of God and Wrath of Cain were pretty stellar as well. But out of all of them, Daytona definitely stands out as his greatest work to date in my opinion. And I truly believe that it was the best rap album of all of 2018. Now, when it came to discussing that, people were very debatable about it, whether it came to albums like Kids See Ghost, Denzel Curry's Taboo, Jizz DiCaprio 2, and etc, etc. And the main reason why I believe that is when you collaborate Kanye's remarkable production with Pusha's outstanding performance, resulted this album to being a masterpiece. As a result, Daytona was met with universal acclaim from music critics, receiving a handful of great reviews, and even peaking at number 3 on the US Billboard 200. Hell, it was even nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Album, and while it did lost to Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy, which was very odd to me, but hey, it gave him good recognition. Well, the album does only have 7 tracks, but I think 7 was definitely good enough for this album, because most, if not all of the tracks, were just outstanding, from Comeback Baby, The Games We Play, Santeria. It even featured the track Infrared, which took subliminal shots at Drake and his ghostwriting allegations, which would resurrect their feud, which also leads me to this.
It was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin. At the mercy of a game where the codes is missing.
Now, the beef between Drake and Pusha T has been going on for over a decade. It dates all the way back in the early 2000s while Pusha T was a part of the Clips along with his brother No Malice. The beef originally started between the Clips versus Lil Wayne and Cash Money Records. So pretty much the feud got triggered by Drake's affiliation with Lil Wayne. But years before they were beefing, Drake actually grew up idolizing Pusha T and even talked about getting a microphone that was even signed by Pusha T.
One day I was looking for like autograph stuff from Clips because I was like a really big Clips fan. Some search words led me to this guy in Virginia that supposedly had a microphone that Pusha T used during the show. It was like plastic, but it had his autograph on it. I used to pretend I was doing interviews on the red carpet and perform all the Clip songs in my basement with the mic. I'm a full-size teen at this point, like, you know, so this is in private. And then I performed with it so much that I rubbed the autograph off.
So when Lil Wayne signed Drake to Young Money Records, he decided to take over Lil Wayne's beef with Pusha T since, you know, after all, he's his mentor and he's the main reason why he's the super megastar that he is today, so it makes sense. So from there, the two would throw subliminal shots at each other for the next several years. Until 2018 happened. Pusha rekindled the feud with the Infrared dish, which I explained earlier, but within the next day, Drake responded with the Dupi freestyle, where he not only responded to Pusha, but would even go at Kanye, his brother No Malice. Drake even went so far to even diss his wife, Virginia Williams.
I told you keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams.
After dropping the diss track, Drake posted on Instagram that he sent an invoice to Pusha T and Good Music for promotional assistance and career reviving. He would even caption it, "You're welcome," along with the owl emoji, which is kinda cute if you ask me. And then the rest of the internet and Twitters, you know, started dick riding Drake and turning on Push by saying, "Who's Pusha T? Push is just washed up. He should have never fucked with Drizzy. He's gonna end his career. And Daytona sucked anyways," and yada 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 yada. Now, I'll admit, W was pretty dope. You know, I like the instrumental to the diss, but if I'm being honest, I honestly don't even think it was that great. And why I say this? Well, first, starting off with the very lackluster intro with Drake saying this.
I'm in shock. The nerve, the audacity.
I'm sorry, it just felt like a really lame way to start the diss track. Also, if you guys really re-listen to Dupi freestyle, he was going more at Kanye more than he was going at Push. I mean, the only thing he just said about Push was that he doesn't sell as much as me, and how he didn't really sell drugs. And also, some of the bars were just very over exaggerated. How he said he's not even top 5 on good music, which is pretty fucking inaccurate if you ask me, because Pusha happens to be the president of good music and is probably the best rapper of the entire label. Also, the part when Drake pointed out that Pusha was older than Kanye, which is factual, but just no, like I felt like Drake really should have went way harder than this and really should have remained focused on Push rather than going more at Ye. Sure, Drake got lucky in his beef with Meek Mill, but keep in mind, Pusha T is no Meek Mill at all. This dude is a lyrically skilled MC and a 20-year veteran in the hip-hop game, so I really feel like Drake should have done better on the Dupi freestyle. But anyways, within 4 days later, King Push would do the unthinkable, which leads me to the next chapter in this video.
And you know we gotta cut the heads off these snakes, right?
Now, before listening to the diss track, the first thing that you see is Drake painted in blackface along with the Jim Crow shirt on. Now, many people believe that this was a Photoshop, but no, turns out it's an actual photo of Drake painted in blackface. Pusha even tweeted about it and said, and I quote, "Please stop referring to this picture as an artwork. I'm not an internet baby. I don't edit images. This is a real picture. These are his truths. See for yourself." And he would also even leave a link for people to see the real photo. Once the photo got leaked, Drake waited the next day instead of the day when the diss track came out and pretty much explained that this photo was taken in 2007 at a time in my life when I was an actor, and that me and my friend were working on a project about young black actors struggling to get roles. Now, I don't know if Drake is just using this as an excuse or if he's really telling the truth, but regardless, that's still not acceptable for him being painted in blackface because blackface is very offensive. After this, it caused Drake to lose his Adidas line and also tarnish his good guy image. Man, I gotta say, after listening to the story of Adidon, I think this might as well be the greatest diss track of this generation, along with Remy Ma Sheether. Now, some of you probably will disagree when I say this, but I definitely think it deserves to be top 10 material. And why I say this? Well, for 5 reasons. Number 1, it had strategy with Pusha T baiting Drake with the infrared diss, cause let's be real, Pusha baited Drake with the infrared diss, cause once Drake responded with Dupi, Pusha was ready. Number 2, the beat selection with Pusha T borrowing the instrumental from Jay-Z's The Story of OJ, and I gotta say, it went really well with this song. Number 3, it had facts like most diss tracks should always have, with the first one being that Drake's father left at the age of 5 and spent the remainder of his childhood being raised by his mother, even though now his father's back in his life and they have a healthy relationship now. And the second fact was that Drake impregnated former porn star Sophie Brusso. Now, like what I said again, if Drake was hiding the child, I had no problem with that, because you know how Drake is a huge mega celebrity and the media can be very cruel, especially when it comes to your children, so I had no problem with that. Number 4, roasting and insults, including the part where Pusha roasted the shit out of Drake's father, Dennis Graham, for looking like legendary comedian Steve Harvey, which I gotta admit, that line had me rolling the first time I heard it. And also, let's not forget, probably the coldest line of this entire diss.
OVO 40, hunched over like he 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is sick, sick, sick. I got the devil flow, nigga.
That was cold as fuck. Now, this is the part where most people believe that Pusha crossed the line because, you know, Noah Shabib, who's better known as OVO 40, who happens to be Drake's producer and close friend, is diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is a disease, which didn't really bother me at all because, you know, rappers have said worse in a rap diss. Also, let's not forget the time when Drake went swing at Kid Cudi's mental health, so, you know, that's just how it is in a rap battle. You're supposed to be disrespectful. And last but certainly not least, lyricism, since, you know, the entire diss track is just full of clever lyrics and the bars are just ruthless as hell. And with all this, definitely makes it the greatest diss track of this generation, at least in my opinion. So in the end, Pusha T emerged victorious by lyrically slaughtering Drake with this brutal diss track. And with all this, from dropping a phenomenal album to dropping a great diss track and actually defeating Drake in a rap battle, pretty much makes Pusha T the legitimate Man of the Year candidate in 2018. And while he may be nearly 42 years old, but hey, even at the age, this dude is still at the prime of his career. But bottom line, Pusha T, in my eyes, was definitely the best rapper of 2018. So what are your thoughts? Do y'all agree? If not, let me know in the comments down below, and please feel free to comment who you guys thought was the best rapper of 2018. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. I'm your boy Micah J, and peace.